Hi everybody, it's Smitty. Just checking in on you. I'm wanting to make sure that you're doing well. I want to bring you up to speed with what's happening in our Denver metro real estate market. I know a lot of you have concern and about your investments and your equity and what all this is doing, to your home and your home's values and so forth. So we'll get into a little bit of that, but if there's anything you need, if you live in any fork of the four corners of our area, please let me know and I'll do my very best to make sure that we can help you out. You need groceries delivered or medicines or whatever that may be. I will do my best to see if I can't help you out in some way. So please let me know and happy to help you. My cell phone number will be somewhere in this blog. And don't hesitate to give me a call. All right. That being said, I'll kind of bring you up to speed. In real estate, as far as real estate goes, we've only been in this world now for, it seems like about 10 years, doesn't it, everybody? We've been locked up in our houses. It seems like forever. But really, it's been maybe a little over a month and maybe 5 weeks now, something like that. Real estate was considered essential, and then it wasn't, and then it was essential again, and then it wasn't, and we've been completely shut down from any kind of real estate dealings as far as new showings on houses now for a couple of weeks approximately, and so no going across the threshold, no showing of any homes, and that's definitely affected things. We believe that is going to start opening up, at least in some counties next week. I hear that Denver is going to be another week or so beyond that, but we do believe some of the counties are going to open up and start allowing some showings, allowing some photography to be done, allowing some of the pre-marketing stuff to be done. So that should loosen some things up. Now, I know most of you are probably not going to be rushing out to go find a new home right now. A lot of our plans have already changed, and and so I get that. But there are still folks in the marketplace. I'm still dealing with clients who have to move, really need to move. This isn't just this would be a great summer to do it, but we have to move. So we have folks on the buying side and on the selling side that really need to do something, and so we're being creative as we can. We're showing virtual tours. We're making sure that the buyers, maybe do a drive-by. We'll have the seller do a walk-through Zoom or a video conference with us so that the buyer can really feel comfortable and confident that it is their house. Now, if they're willing to and they feel confident enough that it is a house that would work for them, they can contract on that house, and then we can set up a showing inspection and then your normal showing inspection, okay? We have to have all the contract terms put together, earnest money has to be put up, but that is somewhat of a workaround to still allow some houses to be, still be flowing, still be selling. And there are still a fair share of homes that are being sold and have been put under contract in the last number of weeks in this fashion. The statistic in our office is that 73% of the homes that we have had on the market in the last 2 weeks, two and a half weeks, have gone under contract, have stuck and are going forward in those contracts. So it's still happening out there. Now, again, we're going to loosen up a little bit next week, and what does that mean? We still are going to practice safe real estate. That is, we're going to drive separately to the cars, separately to the house in our individual cars. We're going to stay 6 feet apart. We're going to wash hands. We're going to wash hands in between houses. We're going to take wipes and wipe down doorknobs. We're going to ask that the seller open up all the interior doors. We're going to wear gloves, masks. We are going to have all the lights turned on by the seller ahead of time so that we're not touching things. Okay, we're going to be as safe as we possibly can and still allow people to make their moves sell real estate. So just know that we are doing that. We're using video a lot. We're having a lot of our meetings on video and on Zoom, and so that's taking care of a lot of things we used to do in person. And so just practicing safe real estate here. Bring you up to speed on the market. March numbers were phenomenal in Denver. It didn't even seem like there was a virus that had happened. But of course, we were coming into a very strong under contract the beginning of March. A lot of push to flow us through the end of the month. And now we're kind of looking at the numbers on a weekly basis. And if you can imagine, over the last 2-3 weeks, we've had a increase in the number of homes that were active that have been withdrawn off the market. We believe a lot of those withdrawns will come back to market. They're just taking a break right now and gonna let this kind of subside a little bit. But we've seen an increase in the number of withdrawn properties and number of under contract properties over the last few weeks. It's been a slope downward. The number of new properties coming to market, absolutely a slope downward, both in the last 1, 2, 3 weeks, but also as compared to the same week going back into last year, 2019. So you would have guessed that that's what's happening out there. But what are we predicting for the future? We understand that people are losing jobs out there, and not everybody, and we hope you're not one of them, but and we want to help and support those that are. But so that's going to affect some of the purchases, but it's all supply and demand, the value of our homes. And we have to understand that I believe Denver is in a really good spot. We had a big cushion. We, look back a month and a half ago, we were sitting in a marketplace that had 6 weeks of inventory. And that's really, really low. A balanced market has 6 months worth of inventory. And so we've got this big, big cushion. We have a lot of still, I believe, pent-up demand. When this opens back up again, there are going to be buyers that are going to say, I do want to make that move. I'm sick of being cooped up in this property. I want to get into my next home. Interest rates are at an all-time low still, just incredible interest rates. And so we believe that the value of your Denver metro real estate, your Denver metro home, your investment, for the most part is really solid, really, really solid. And if I had money anywhere, I would want it invested in Denver real estate right now. I think it's a sure bet, and you're going to have a pretty good safety net, a cushion there for us. So I think on a good up note, that's great for all of us who do own. And if you're looking to buy, great market to be buying into. And this market will, you get two sides of the story. On the one-offs, you will have some opportunity for people to find some good deals here and there on the one-off. So if you're looking to buy, take advantage of those great interest rates and so forth. In the mortgage world, we've seen a lot of changes real rapidly. Loans, the loan process has really tightened up as far as the qualifying, the lending standards. They've tightened everything up. It's a little bit harder to get that loan. Some of the jumbo loan programs, the upper end loans, the higher priced property loans, they have some, I wouldn't say all the way gone away, but a lot of investors, a lot of broker mortgage companies have backed out of doing those type loans right now. Some of our down payment assistant programs have, it's a little harder to do because they required, first time homebuyer classes. And we can't get together right now to do those. So a lot of things in the mortgage world that have changed. You may have heard about the mortgage deferments that a lot of the lenders, the servicers are offering to folks who need assistance in that, where you can hold off making a payment or deferring a payment for typically what I've heard up to 90 days. Please, please, please be careful of that. It's not for everyone. If you need it, then take advantage of that. I mean, if you need it, take advantage. But if you still have the ability to pay your mortgage loan, I promise you, there is no free lunch. They will be making you pay that back. Read the fine print. In some cases, I've heard that, there's been unclarity where it's when do I have to pay that back? Does it come back due at the end of 90 days, or do they spread that out against the remaining term of the loan? These are things you have to know before you go jump into that deferment program. These deferment programs are part of the reason that the whole upfront, the new purchase loans are harder to get, that they've tightened things up, because we won't get into the details too much here, but they're still having to pay. If I'm a servicer on a mortgage and I let somebody defer their mortgage payment, as a servicer, we still have to pay the investor on that money, and so they're less apt to go loan new money because of these deferments. So it's kind of a compound effect. It's kind of hurting everything. It's going to jam everything up, if you can see. Again, rates are really low, and so that's good news. What can we do right now? What can we do during this time? Whether we open up this next week or we don't, or even if we do, it's going to be this gradual rollout and what can we be doing we can be pre-planning for that move later in the year. We can get our houses in order. That's yard work. The season is right for that right now. Thankfully, got some nice warm days coming up. Cleaning windows, organizing, getting ready for taking the pile of stuff to Goodwill. What am I going to throw away? This is the time to get ready for that. I'd be happy to plan with you over the phone. We can plan a video tour of your house. We'll do a walkthrough, and you can, we'll walk through and just take the camera and point over here or over there, and I'll give you my best guess, my best advice on, do we need to upgrade it? Can we let it go? What has to go on the checklist to get fixed for that future sale? Happy to do that. Let's do some pre-planning. I can, call me on the phone. We'll look at your neighborhood. We hear a lot of things going on the macro level, national level, metro level, but let's look into your neighborhood. You may very well be in a neighborhood that is holding very, very firm. And so let's I can pull all that information up on what's available, what's pending, what's sold. I have been in thousands and thousands and thousands of homes, and I can generally get very, very close to what I feel the value would be just by doing my internet search and your walkthrough, okay? Great time to get pre-qualified with your lender, okay? We can gather all that paperwork. Hopefully you have it right there on your computer or in your file cabinet, but let's get pre-qualified and get that taken care of. Not just pre-qualified, but pre-approved, so when the right property comes up, you're considered essentially a cash buyer because you've gone through all that work, okay? So I can absolutely get you with some of the top-notch lending crews that we work with. It's time to cut expenses. I would suggest that you look at all your subscriptions. Could be cable, could be internet subscription, your HBOs, all of that. What can you get rid of right now? Take a look at your credit card, spend that time, open up your credit card statement and line item it. Take a highlighter out and just start looking at, could I do away with this? Oh, I forgot they keep dinging me every month for this fee. Get rid of that stuff. Really take and try to minimize that monthly outlay. It's going to help you get pre-qualified for more and just ease the tension and the stress in your life if you can get some of those expenses down. So reviewing credit card statement, reviewing your mortgage statement, take a look at that. Let's take a look at your insurance payment. I mentioned this last week. what is that homeowner's insurance rate looking like? Did it go up this last time when they auto renewed? Let's go shop that homeowner rate insurance policy, and let's get that knocked down a little bit. All right. What's your interest rate? What is the interest rate? Could we do a refinance right now? Rates, I don't want to quote a rate right now because they change depending upon your credit and the day that you call. They're always changing. But this is a great time. I would say if you have anything over 4%, you need to highly consider and really do some investigating to find out what could you get if you refinanced and what would that look like, okay? It doesn't mean you're starting over. You can still do a refinance for any time period you want. You could do a 10-year, 15-year, 20-year, 30-year, okay? You could skip a payment, skip 2 payments. So go do that, please, for yourself. We have a Keller Williams mortgage. That's part of our company that does mortgage loans. And I can refer you over to some great people there. You'll get 1/8% less than market rate. You're going to get no loan cost whatsoever, no loan origination fee, processing fee, or application fee, saving you thousands of dollars. And you're going to get $1,000 back to be used towards any other closing costs that might be associated with your refinance. For example, appraisal fee. Okay, so a great deal there. That's really, I did notice between yesterday and today, it's my understanding that we may have some more COVID funds available from the government in the PPP loan, in the COVID disaster loan. If you have a small business, they've really opened this up to, I believe it's 1099 folks out there. If you're running a small business, 1099. Just go up on SBA.gov and see if they are taking applications, sign up for that, and that can help you get through this period of time. Some other online tools that we have right now, we've got an online price estimator. You'll see in our blog, if you're not on the blog, you're watching this on YouTube, just go over to HomeSmiths.com and it'll give you a good guidepost on what your house might be worth, at least a intelligent guess, okay? Call me if you want, we'll go through it in detail. We have a search home button there on the blog, again, or go to homesmiths.com. Fun time just to look around and see what's available. We've got some selling and buying guides that have been updated for the spring season. Those are great to download, review, and make sure you've got everything you need covered. All right, that's about it. I still have home sellers that need to sell. Got a great home in Highlands Ranch in Mansion Point. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. Great family home, sits on a cul-de-sac. It's in Mansion Point, if you know where that's at, in Highlands Ranch. Full open basement, ready to be remodeled. Got nice vaulted ceilings. A great family home. Main floor master in this property. Priced at $678,000. If you or you know of somebody who might be of interest, have some interest in that type of home, please call me. I'll have you do a drive-by. I'll have the seller do a walkthrough on video for you. Or if we get this opened up, we can get you in there to get a live showing on the property. Got another property in Stapleton, a nice 2-bedroom condo with an attached garage, and that's going to be a really nice property that if you're looking for the Stapleton neighborhood. And I've got a number of other properties that are kind of on my private client list right now. They're off-market properties. Please call me and I'll share with you what's on that list, what's coming and going to be available. I might have the right house for you right now, so that would be great. If you're thinking about sometime down the road selling, get your house on my list, so as I'm talking to folks, maybe I come up and match the two, you with one of the sellers or vice versa, and you don't have to go through all of the being on the market, all right? I want to give a shout out to one of my clients up in up north here in Commerce City, we have made it through all of their under contract period, and we'll be closing on their house next week. Lots of ups and downs, but they were lucky enough to get through all of this and through this season here. So shout out to Warren for all of his stick-to-itness, all right? Call me, let me buy you a virtual cup of coffee. We'll do some pre-planning. Please be safe out there. If you need anything at all, please let me know. But hopefully you found something in this that was helpful. I think the theme of the day is smile, and we're going to get through this. If you have a need, let us know. As always, we're here to serve you with guaranteed results and expert advice. All right, thank you. And I'll try to give you another update in a week or so, maybe not make the video quite as long. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Make it a great day.